Fame. How would you handle it? Whether through social media or the industry? Yeah, it's interesting because I think back when I was working as an extra on movie sets. This is in the 90s, from about 1994 to 1998. I was working as an extra on movie sets, and it was a mind blow because you're seeing people like Angela Bassett, Vincent D'Onofrio, Robin Williams, may he rest in strength. I've worked on projects with these people, so it was interesting to see these people at work and be sort of up close to them, but not really. Robin Williams, he actually was really cool. He was really cool. He actually talked to all of us, and we were extras because a lot of them don't talk or associate with the extras, and you're told not to talk to them, okay? Because they have to stay focused. It is what it is. And let's see, 98. Yeah, Godzilla with Matthew Broderick, worked on that. And then worked Halloween Horror Nights, I believe. That was the year I did that at Universal Studios. I have a T.O.T talking about that. And then 1 year after that, Power 106, which leads me to the purpose of this episode. Thinking about fame and the impact of that, or how to carry yourself when you have a whole lot of attention coming at you. Now, mind you, I'm a very private person for the most part. I know you probably wouldn't think so with this YouTube channel, and I am on some social media, not too much. I'm not as active as I used to be. Um, but yeah, I'm a private person. I've always been just real. I don't like telling all my business. Just I move in the shadows. That's why Batman has always been my favorite character. Move in the shadows. You don't see me coming. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. I'll come up on you and you won't even see me. I know how to be visible and invisible. Working at Power 106 taught me the life of celebrities without actually being one. And I do have an episode of my time at Power 106 FM, which is a hip hop station here in Los Angeles. And you learn what the celebrity life is like because you're getting so much attention from people. And keep in mind, social media hadn't taken off yet. Because when I got let go, that was right about the point when the iPhone was hitting the scene. 2007, yeah. Right about in there. It was either 1 year before or that same year. It was just about to hit the scene. So cell phones weren't really a part of our lives that much. They were there, but not really us. It wasn't, I need my cell phone. It wasn't that yet. Instagram wasn't around. It's kind of crazy. YouTube was around, but it wasn't as big as it is now. But so we still had the organic stuff happening. And it was interesting because getting access, because that's what it's all about when you have clout, access backstage at concerts, access to the club, getting past the line. You ain't got to wait for stuff. Free food, free donuts at Krispy Kreme, just a whole lot of hookups. And then you have the people who want to take advantage of those hookups because they know that you're affiliated with the radio station. So they ask you for some favors, hey, can you give me some tickets here? Da, 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 da. So there's all of that stuff. And that's what, people in the industry deal with, or people who have clout or whatever have you. So you have the industry on one side, and then you have the social media influencer on the other, right? Now you got YouTubers that go through this. Okay. So it's interesting what that taught me. It was like I guess you could say Celebrity Life University or something, you got a crash course on what that's like, because keep in mind, working on the street team, we were called the flavor unit. Working on the flavor unit, you would experience all of this while at work, while you're driving in the Power 106 truck, okay, on the 5 freeway or on the 134, whatever highway we were driving on, and you're getting flashed by some ladies in the other vehicle, or you want some girls flag you down, say, pull over, can I get a t-shirt or whatever prize we're giving off. Man, it's kind of crazy. Gosh. Like right now I'm having flashbacks of everything that happened, because it was a lot, especially between 1999 and 2004. That was the highlight. Those were the highlight years. Going to Vegas, going to Hawaii for a week, Actually, that was 2005. January of '05 was the Hawaii trip. But for me anyway, because they would rotate who would go from the flavor unit. So you see all of this stuff and you're like, okay, this is what celebrities go through. They can afford to pay for that, but because they have status and prestige, they get the hookup. Now, I knew that that was the case. It's not like it was anything new, but to experience it is different. You know, you go from being a person who's working on movie sets as an extra to all of a sudden being treated like the actors, even though that was a different world, radio, you know. But it really opened my eyes to the idea of, okay, how will I handle it when this increases? Because right now I can turn it off. Because as soon as I go home, it's turned off. But as soon as I go to the radio station and I pull out in that power vehicle and I go to that event, it's turned on. I'm on stage. Sugar Free is performing at the club. Snoop Dogg is doing a backstage breakfast. You know what I mean? I've met these cats and, you know, met a lot of, man, there's so much. Check out that episode of T.O.T. if you want to learn more. But it raised the question to me, do you want to do this? Because what it does is it heightens who you already are. If you already know who you are, it's easier to manage. And you know what it also did? Because I was in my 20s working there and I was thinking, okay, I'm glad I'm getting this in now because it's giving me knowledge for later. I knew that it was going to impact my life for later because I didn't sense that it was going to happen early for me, you know, in terms of any kind of success. And so, yeah, because you think of all the people who get it early, age 21, 22, 23, they're like a deer caught in headlights. They're looking at that contract, seeing all those zeros, blows their brains out, you know, figuratively and literally, unfortunately. It really, so you don't know, you're not thinking invest, you're not thinking management, you're not thinking plan ahead, those kinds of things when you're young and you get access to that much versus being older and you're seasoned, you have more wisdom, you know. So yeah, I'm a private person. I'm not trying to put all my business out there. You know what I mean? You're not going to know what restaurant I just ate at. You're not going to know where I take a shit. You're not going to know who I'm on this road trip with. You're not going to know where I'm going and what I'm doing every second of my life. You know, and I miss those days when celebrities actually used to move like that. You know what I mean? You would hear about them at the event, you know, in some publication, premieres, you know, you would hear about stuff, but they weren't giving you this transparency and access to everything they're doing and their mindset and this and that. And I think that may have done us a disservice. That much access. You know what I mean? Because it's one thing to see, there's two sides to that because people love that transparency. They love being connected to the person that they're following and knowing about their lives because why? They're trying to see something that they relate to. This person that I follow, I relate to this person. They've been through hardships. They've been through challenges. They overcame adversity. Ooh, they're just like me, right? Because you live vicariously through these people that you follow. You think of the athletes. Why do we watch sporting events? Because you, as a man or a woman, you see the athlete and you live vicariously through them because you imagine if you were to get in top shape, you would be able to perform the way they do on the court or on the field. And in some cases, a lot of you can because there's a lot of you that have the talent to do so, but you didn't get drafted to the NBA or the NFL, you know? So you go to the game and you live vicariously through them. You find something uniquely similar to them and you. So then you go to the world of social media, same deal. Now you have an average person on YouTube connecting to the audience. Upside. Downside is the privacy element, the lack thereof. Because with the transparency, you lose the privacy. And see, I'm a private person. You know, I don't like to tell everybody my business. That's just not how I move. And I mean, not that I'm this big time successful, you know, whatever. I'm just talking. I'm just thinking, I'm just putting all these pieces together. Maybe this is something that you've thought about as well. Because some of you, of course, are having major success on YouTube. Some of you are building up to that point, like myself or whatever. And some of you are in the industry, whatever it is. And, you think of the impact that you can create on people's lives, what that means, being genuine, being fake. Some of you choose to be that way. I guess the success heightens who you already are. So if you are fake, the success heightens it. If you are genuine, there you go. So yeah, that's what working for Power 106 gave me. And it just kind of opened my eyes to the idea of what success can do, what access can do, and how to manage that. People trying to take advantage of you. You know, Success for me is the elevation of other people. That's what success is for me. Now, of course, the bonus of that is the attention that you get while you're trying to elevate other people. But the primary objective for me is the elevation of others, to create bridges of awareness, bridges of opportunity. That's what it is. Bridges of thought, hence the reason for this series. That's what it is for me. I don't necessarily look at all of the access to events backstage, access to meetings with high profile individuals that you wouldn't normally have access to. I don't really look at that as the end all be all. It's nothing new for me. I don't know. Maybe I've lived many lifetimes to where I kind of already know that, even though I'm not necessarily in that. I've been around it, having grown up in Los Angeles, but not to the extent of having tons and tons and tons of stories about certain people in the limelight. But how would you handle it?